everybody, and welcome to Flock Talk. Today we have a package that was sent to me by the Parrot University, the makers of the Aviator harness. So let's dive on into it. Now I should say that they didn't tell me what this was. They just told me that they had a product they wanted to send me to try out. Didn't tell me what it was or what it was even related to. So this will be a surprise for all of us. Oh, no way. It's a pouch. It's a training pouch. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, I love this packaging. It's so pretty and so clean. It does make it a little hard to tell what the product is, I will say, as far as product packages go, but it is super, super clean. If I didn't already know what this product was from working with dogs, I might have a little difficulty telling what this is, but I know what it is. And then right on the front, it does say the trainer's pouch, which does kind of tell you that it is a treat pouch. So on the back, the pocket pouch is a simple yet practical silicone treat pouch suitable for pet lovers, training enthusiasts, and industry professionals. The pocket pouch is a perfect size for any trainer and fits up to 2 cups of treats and a tennis ball. So that kind of tells you this is originally marketed for dogs, perhaps. Our products have been designed in Australia through a collaboration of animal trainers who have experience with a wide variety of animals. It is a comfortable and practical solution for all your animal training needs, complete with durable, trade quality belt. The silicone structure makes it flexible, easy to clean, treats don't fall out, and no more smell. It's suitable for any treat type, wet or dry, and is a great solution for any animal trainer. Flexible, does not absorb odors, suitable for wet and dry, comes with high quality adjustable belt, waterproof, and dishwasher safe. Oh, that makes me happy. Whenever I'm working with like dog treats, I always really need to wash my pouches, and it is such a struggle because they're always fabrics, so to like soak them in the sink and it doesn't work out. So silicone can be great for that. This is so soft. This is so, so, so soft. So there's a few different varieties of pouches similar to this design. You can actually find some of them in a dollar store that will have like a magnet clasp to close them. My issue with them is that whenever you go to stick your hand in it, the material around the top edge is really, really stiff and it hurts. Around here we get winters that are super, super cold, so when I'm working outside with the dogs, it will scrape up like my nail beds and start to hurt because your fingers are already frozen. This is so soft, so if I don't end up using it for the birds, it will absolutely end up getting used for the dogs during winter. I love the material that this is made out of. It's super squishy, super, super soft, which makes it, I like to lean on things. I struggle with just standing straight, so I will lean on walls all the time. So this being super soft and flexible kind of means that if I lean on something, it's not going to fall off or it's not going to like rip open. It's just going to compress against whatever I'm leaning against, and it's not going to break because it is a super flexible, squishy, mushy material. I will have to take a look and see if these come in other colors. I'm wondering if they specifically chose this color because it's kind of like the Flock Talk blue. It is a beautiful, beautiful color, very vibrant, and I just love that. I love having like matchy color things. I've just been using like a cheap dog fabric pouch, and I've had a lot of problems with using that for seeds because the fabric has weaves in it, and so lots of like crumbles of dust and birdseed bits will get stuck in the little weaves of the material no matter how much you try to clean it. So this kind of hopefully will alleviate that problem. We'll test it out in a little bit here. We'll do some training with Newt and we'll see just how easy it is to access treats. But as it stands, it seems like this is going to be a good option. The only thing I wish it came with is I wish it had a clip. I don't love using belts. I don't know, I just find them kind of cumbersome. So if it had just a little clip on the back that I could hook straight onto whatever pants I'm wearing, I would love that as an additional feature. But as it stands with the strap, it is a good system, and then it doesn't matter if you're not wearing specific type of pants, like if you wear really loose pants that could get pulled down, the strap helps alleviate that. I am curious, let's see how size inclusive the strap is. How does this come off? So roughly, without the buckle, from one end of the strap all the way to the next, you're looking at around a 56-inch waist, about 55 and a half. Oh, what do I do? So maybe this is just a me problem. How does this clip? So that seems like I'm gonna break it. I'm confused. I'm gonna have to look this up. Okay, so I was doing it right. I just was being too delicate with it because I didn't want to break it. So the way that this belt system works is you have this shorter, smaller piece that kind of just holds the end of the strap. And then you lock that one in place first. And then this larger flap, you thread your end in to your desired length. And then it does just close. It's just very, very stiff the first time that you do it by the looks of things. Okay, so in terms of size inclusivity here, I do love that it's completely adjustable. Like if this was more of a belt style with the holes that you have to use, you tend to be pretty limited on what size you can make the strap, and that can make it pretty uncomfortable for a lot of people. I will say maybe it's a decent round size. I'll measure it and I'll put how long the strap is for anyone who may need the wider set strap. It goes up to a decent size, but I will say it's probably not usable for some folks. For people who are extremely petite, you'll have no problem with it since it does go ultimately as tight as you want it to be. Absolutely no problem. But definitely on the larger size spectrum, I could see some people having some difficulty with this capping out at whatever length I have measured. And we'll put up here. That's the cap for how large this strap goes. However, on the back side of the treat pouch, it is just a very simple system of these two little hinges on the back here that you could thread any belt through. So if you had a pre-existing belt that fits you and was comfortable, you could easily just make that your treat pouch strap instead. You may even be able to go to like a fabric store and just buy any random material and just thread it into this belt system. The locking mechanism with the way that this belt buckle works is not specific to any type of material by the looks of it, as long as it's thick enough to be able to be pinched by the belt mechanism and hold itself in place. So there's definitely options to work around if you are someone that struggles to find a belt that's gonna fit in your size. And then it does have one of these elastic band bits that you can easily use to strap the excess through. I will end up using that a lot because I am a very scrawny person. I'm glad that it includes that because I get really frustrated if I have a flapping around, and also it can just scare birds if you have something swinging around. So I like that it has the little strap. Let's put this how I would realistically wear it, because I would never wear a pouch this high up on my waist. That is not my jam. On the bonus here, I don't know if you can see him. He's not scared of it, even though it's a bright blue color. So that's always a bonus. Sometimes products are made out of certain materials that come across as very, very scary for birds. A lot of times they'll reflect UV light a little weird and come across quite scary. But apparently silicone is not one of those materials, because Newt is totally fine with it, which is fantastic because he can be so particular about colors. I had to switch out the scissors I was using to open this package because they were purple, and he was freaking out, screaming about them because they were purple. So with it on with the strap, I like the way that it sits. A lot of the time when you have kind of a looser fitting pouch, or the ones that I just clip onto my pants, when you go to stick your hand in, the elastic from your pants will kind of stretch and then the whole thing will pull off. So I guess that is a benefit of using the strap, is that no matter how quickly you shove your hand in the pouch, it's not pulling away and potentially tipping and knocking seeds out. One thing I could see being a potential problem here is it's a benefit and a curse. So I'm able to stick my hand in this pouch super, super easily. Like I can be working with Newt and then quickly stick my hand in here without looking, and it's going straight in, the thing is opening, so I can easily access seeds even in those dark bottom corners. However, that also means that once he learns that food is in here, Newt will probably be able to just land here, and then the whole thing's gonna open for him, and then he can access the seeds. That's where the benefit of the ones that kind of have a magnet can come into play. But as long as you don't leave this sitting around and you're maybe not working with 12 birds at once, I don't see it really being a problem. You just might need to make sure that they don't happen to be able to land on you, because Newt's body weight could definitely land on this and then have free access to treats if I'm not paying attention. The one other thing that's a little bit of personal preference for me would be the fact that this pouch doesn't have multiple treat slots. I really love having a divide in my pouch so I can have a high value reinforcer and then a lower medium value reinforcer as well. So that way I'm able to jackpot and reward more effectively. By having just one big open pouch, it kind of limits me to having kind of a random trail mix of treats and not being able to select exactly the one that I'm looking for really quickly. But that being said, these are really light. So you could easily just have two of them on the same strap and have one pouch be high value, one be low value. And they're kind of a nice size to be able to do that with. They're not super big and bulky. That would make me feel like having two of these on my person would be inconvenient. And the fact that they're so flexible kind of makes them able to sit anywhere on your body without it causing pain. I find a lot of the time when you have a pouch sitting on a belt pressed against your side, it kind of dents your skin and it digs into your hip bones with where I like to have mine sit. So being able to have multiples on your body, I don't think would cause any pain. Because of the soft silicone that it's made of, it kind of bends and conforms to your body. So it kind of saves itself in that regard. So I've got a couple different treats here. We've got a standard oily walnut, and then we have millet. We'll start with the walnut. This is a treat that's, I know is gonna work really easily because it comes in much bigger chunks. So they can just be filled in, really easy to fill. I'm not having to fight with fabric that kind of falls into the pouch. I'm able to pour it in without the flaps getting in the way. Treats are really easy to access. And even in those bottom corners, things are really easy to get. That's not what I asked for. Can you spin? Good boy. I haven't moved my clicker down here yet into the new room. So getting in here is really, really easy. Can you come here? Perch. Yes, good boy. No problems with that. The big size is easy to grab. And it's not really looking like it's leaving a lot of residue on the inside of the pouch. Let's see if we can do it. Move, spin, spin. Yes, good boy. Yeah, really easy to access and grab. I'm having to break these apart because I didn't make them big enough, but spin, pew pew. Yes, good boy. So yeah, really easy. I really love the way that feels actually. This doesn't hurt my hands at all. My cuticles right now are completely damaged from renovating this room, so they're super sensitive, and even with that, I'm not having any problems sticking my hand in this pouch and feeling any pain. So we're gonna move on to the seed that is always the trickiest to work with pouches. I'm gonna empty this out and we will try millet. You could definitely empty this thing out super easily. It seems to be able to be completely flipped inside out and then wiped down. Okay. So we're gonna take our millet jar. This is a jar of millet that's been separated from the balls. So it's just loose individual seeds. This is the preferred training treat for birds because it is so small. However, because it is so small, it doesn't work well with a lot of pouches that are designed for dogs or cats because those pouches have the fabric that will catch the edges of the seeds, and the fabric material kind of bends and folds and kind of locks away the little seeds so you can't access them. So let's try these. Can you hop up? Come here. And perch. Good boy. So really easy and accessible. I ended up grabbing 5 in between my fingers because it's such a big open spot. I will say because of the silicone, all the seed husks are kind of sticking to the outside of the fabric, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just might mean a little extra cleanup. But if this thing is as easy to clean as they say it is, pew pew, then we shouldn't have too much of a problem with that. So I'm actually able to grab single seeds really easily from this pouch. Can we spin? Good boy, peace out. Yeah, what a good boy. Because I only have one small bird right now, I prefer not to have a ton of seeds in here. And I find that when you have a small amount and it's only filling up the bottom layer of a pouch, you can run into a lot of problems where the seeds are getting stuck in the corners and hard to access. So I'm gonna empty this out a little bit, so I've only got a couple seeds left in here, and we'll see how easy it is to get the seeds from the edges. All right, I've emptied this out. We have just a very thin layer of seeds that are basically just getting caught in the corner crevice there, and we'll see how easy they are to grab. Can you perch? Yes, good boy. actually quite easy. One thing that's going to take a little bit of learning, especially if you haven't used a treat pouch before, is knowing where to target. The way that a pouch sits will dictate where the seeds are going to fall. So it helps you kind of learn which way to angle your hand into the pouch to get it. This one sits on an angle outwards, so all of the seeds pool along this exterior edge along here, which makes it really easy because when you stick your hand in, that's where it kind of defaults to. So where the last little crumbly bits of the seeds are going to land is almost identical to where your hand is going to default hit when it goes inside the pouch. Noodle, here. Yes, Fritch, good boy. Yeah, so I'm getting tons of seeds, even though there's barely any in here, just because of where they naturally fall inside the pouch. Noodle, good boy. Fritch, good job. This might end up becoming my new favorite treat pouch because yeah, it's super soft. I've been avoiding silicone ones for a while purely because any of the ones that I've seen in person have been really stiff and actually kind of hurt my hands to use. This is super, super soft and flexible, and the benefit with it being silicone is I might be able to have some fun and use messier treats. So if you were to work with birds like lorikeets that eat a lot of fruit and can't have a lot of seeds, this might make it so that way you can have fresh fruit bits instead chopped up in here because it's silicone. So you can flip it inside out and you can clean it and get rid of all that berry juice, whereas with a traditional fabric treat pouch, you can't really do that. It's gonna stain, it's gonna get mildewy and gross. This seems like a really good alternative for those birds that can't really have seeds, or maybe you just have a bird that doesn't really like seeds. This is honestly way better than I thought it was going to be. I've been very hesitant in avoiding silicone for a really long time, but this pouch may have just changed my mind. So that will do it for today. If you are going to order anything off the Aviator website, don't forget that you can use the code FLOCKTALK to get 10% off your order, as well as the link down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!